There was chaos on Egghead Island, with everyone running in all directions. Suddenly, PX shouted, "Intruders!" and one of Vegapunk's team members exclaimed, "Why is Cypher Paul doing this?" Chopper was frightened upon seeing Rob Lucci, and Jinbei asked, "Are they really after Vegapunk?" Luffy was shocked and exclaimed, "What are you doing here, pigeon guy?" To which Rob Lucci responded, "You realize this is a government island?" Luffy replied, "Oh yeah, I guess we are the ones out of place here." Chopper urged Luffy to hurry and head up. Kaku then exclaimed, "Dear me, the Straw Hat Pirates, and it looks like they're with Jewelry Bonnie." Another agent said, "Well, that's Lucci. We can't lay a hand on them. Straw Hat is officially an emperor now, and we can't engage him without orders." Luffy handed Bonnie to Jinbei and asked him to look after her. The CP agent said, "That's right. Emperors have considerable backing behind them. Even a small tiff can flare up into an all-out war, so contact the Navy." Meanwhile, Luffy was running, and suddenly he saw Vegapunk 5 in a bad condition, lying on the ground and looking awful. Rob Lucci said, "I am aware of the consequences," to which Luffy said to Chopper, "Chopper, do what you can for her." Chopper replied, "I'll try, but I think this is more Frankie's work to do." Rob Lucci said, "Keep out of this, it's government business." Luffy replied in anger, "That kid gave us food!" The scene then moves to Navy HQ, where Fleet Admiral Akainu was heating up with anger upon learning that the Straw Hat Pirates were on Egghead Island. Akainu said, "Things keep getting messier. Is Vegapunk onto CP0? The Vice Admiral said, "Afraid so. They had to force their way in." Akainu said, "You would think those brats would consult me before declaring war. If Vegapunk has cut a deal with Straw Hat, that's a major blow to our military superiority. Where is Kizaru?" The Vice Admiral replied, "He has already left for Egghead as planned." Akainu said, "Tell Lucci to wait for the Marines to arrive. He is not to engage Straw Hat under any circumstances." The Vice Admiral left, saying, "Yes, sir." The scene then moves back to Egghead Island, where everyone was running because Luffy and Lucci were rampaging. Nami saw the fight from the TV and exclaimed, "What the heck? Did that Lucci guy always look like that?" Vegapunk 1 replied, "What speed? This is a rare sight. Most awakened zone powers tend to overwhelm the user's mind. But the scene opens with the awakened form of Rob Lucci declaring, "You are not the only one who's gotten stronger, Straw Hat." Another agent tries to restrain Lucci, reminding him that they don't have permission. Meanwhile, Dr. Vegapunk is ecstatic to see Gear 5 Luffy on the screen, exclaiming, "Is that the White Warrior?" Frankie saw Dr. Vegapunk and said in joy, "The real Vegapunk? How did he get up here so fast?" Vegapunk asks if anyone knows the story behind Straw Hat's transformation, but Name admits that they're not really sure, and wonders if it's related to Luffy's Gum powers. However, Vegapunk surprises everyone by revealing that there is no mention of any Gum fruit in the old Devil Fruit Encyclopedia. Usopp is confused since that's what Luffy has always called it. As Luffy and Rob Lucci exchange blows, Vegapunk marvels at Luffy's appearance, comparing him to the ancient god of liberation, Nika. Nami has never heard of this god, and Vegapunk explains that it was wiped from history, but will never cease to exist as long as people desire its return. He attributes the creation of devil fruits to humanity's desire for evolution, with each fruit showcasing a different possibility for the future. Robin points out that the deviations from nature are unnatural, and anger Mother Nature herself. Vegapunk concludes that those who eat devil fruits live an alien existence, born out of limitless permutations of imagination, and speculates on whether there is a god out there or not. The scene shifts outside to Navy scientist Captain Sentomaru, who questions why they are bothering Grandpa Punk on his supposed day off. We see the seraphims of the warlords, including Jinbei, Boa Hancock, and Mihawk. All of the clone seraphims were under Sentomaru's orders, and they were obeying him. Suddenly, a CP0 agent with a black suit and a seraphim of Kuma appeared in front of Sentomaru. Kaku ordered Esper to attack, but the other agent replied that it was no use because they were at a handicap. The captain ordered Esper to get rid of those suit men. Kaku was shocked and said, "I forgot that his orders trump the authority chip we have." Suddenly, Esper moved back and attacked his own man, destroying them. The agent said, "Yeah, the command hierarchy for the Pacifista isn't in our favor. Besides, they can't take orders." Then we see the hierarchy, in which the least authority is someone with a chip, followed by Sentomaru, then Vegapunk, and at the top, the 5 elders. Kaku said, "Come to think of it, destroying one of these gizmos would be a big loss for the government. Would it kill you to look before you leap, Lucci?" Meanwhile, Luffy used his attack, Gum Gum Mole Pistol, and hit Lucci by transforming metal into rubber and directly into Lucci's stomach, causing blood to spill out. Meanwhile, Sentomaru ordered S-Snake to go with the Straw Hats and ordered the other Seraphims to deal with the CP0 agents. When Jinbei came out and saw his clones, he said, "Chopper, are my eyes playing tricks on me? Those brown guys look like ex-warlords. Don't tell me they cloned us." As Luffy saw Sentomaru, he said in joy, "Battle Axe! Long time no see!" Battle Axe asked Luffy not to call her by her weapon's name and told him that they were not friends. She asked Luffy if he was really helping Vegapunk to escape. Luffy replied, "He asked me, don't sweat it." Sentomaru told him that he was an emperor, so she could not trust him, and questioned Luffy about his new appearance. Suddenly, Rob Lucci came and stabbed Sentomaru with a powerful blow, causing blood to spill out of his body. Luffy was shocked and sad to see Battle Axe getting hit. Rob Lucci said, "All we had to do was cut the head off the snake. Now, the Seraphims obey us." Battle Axe falls down beside Rob Lucci, and Luffy runs towards it. Luffy says, "Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you." She replies, "Don't underestimate me. I saw that attack coming and I thought I dodged it." Rob Lucci says, "You are tough, but I need you out of the picture. You outrank us in the command hierarchy. As long as you are conscious, we can't use the Seraphims." He prepares his second attack, but before he can strike, Luffy throws a powerful punch towards him, which he dodges. Due to the pressure of the punch, Luffy starts spinning around and rampaging, causing destruction everywhere. Chopper tells Luffy to hurry up so they can take Vegapunk to a safe place, but Luffy says he cannot control his spin. Chopper looks back and sees Luffy going in the other direction, like Zoro, and asks Luffy where he is even going. Meanwhile, on the other side, S. Mihawk and S. Jinbei are destroying CP0 agents. When Frankie sees S. Jinbei using the same power as Senor Pink, he starts crying and says, "Vegapunk, that's the power I'm talking about, the one the clone version of Jinbei is using. It's the swim fruit, right? That power belongs to Senor Pink, my sworn brother from Doflamingo's family. Only one person can have a fruit power at a time, so did he bite the dust?" Vegapunk tells them, "So far, it has only been possible to manufacture Zoan fruits artificially. There is also Caesar's smile fruit method. However, I consider that unacceptable. I am fairly certain that, with unlimited resources, even special types of devil fruits can be recreated. However, I have yet to confirm whether such synthesized fruits can be awakened." Vegapunk then explains to them that Logia fruits are difficult to make, and they explain to him how the Paramecia fruit clone works by using green blood. Then we see Boa Hancock using the power of a cloned devil fruit. On the other side, Kuma is also showing his powers. Vegapunk claims that Seraphims are the most powerful beings in the history of the sea. Usopp is terrified, Nami is shocked, but Frankie feels joyful after hearing about the technology. Sanji remarks, "So they are basically just Navy weapons," and Robin adds, "Yes, and they pose a huge threat to us." Back outside, Luffy is rampaging. Rob Lucci shouts, "Sentomaru, sir, are you still breathing? Please fall back." Rob Lucci smiles as he approaches Sentomaru, but before he can attack her, Luffy intervenes with his gigantic body and opens his mouth to eat Rob Lucci. Rob Lucci is shocked and angry, but Luffy bites him and then spits him out quickly. Rob Lucci crashes back into the stones. Luffy makes his environment rubber by creating a slingshot for himself. He stretches himself back with full pressure, makes goggles with his rubber, and releases the stretch, propelling himself directly towards Rob Lucci with great force. He bumps his head into Rob Lucci's stomach, destroying his body. Blood starts to come out of his body, and as he falls, Rob Lucci says, "What insane power! I'm losing consciousness, I can't hold on!" And Rob Lucci falls down defeated, and Luffy wins. Battle Axe approaches Luffy and tells him that he is trusting Vegapunk to him. Luffy responds, "You got it! I'll get him off this island no matter what!" Luffy gets into a spaceship, but he has already drained all of his energy. After Luffy leaves, Kaku comes and helps Rob Lucci get back into position, but he still has bandages. Meanwhile, in the lab, Nami questions Vegapunk about killing him, and he responds that it would be a great loss for them. He questions her, "Would you rest easy if you thought such intellect may turn against you?" Vegapunk replies, "An Emperor's crew showing up just as things come to a head. What a serendipitous twist of fate." Frankie joyfully exclaims, "So you really want to come aboard our ship? I am all for it. I'll show you General Frankie and the Sunny." Meanwhile, Luffy and Bonnie are in a safe place. Bonnie is furious and tells Luffy that he must make Vegapunk turn his dad back to normal. If he refuses, he will be a dead man. Meanwhile, on the other side, CP0 agents are standing, and all the Seraphims are under their control. Rob Lucci orders them to block off every exit. He says to someone on a transponder snail, "There are 6 Vegapunks left, including the real one. Yeah, but their defensive system sure is a tough nut to crack. I don't care. I won't let a single one of those rats scurry off the island." From the other side of the transponder snail, Admiral Kizaru speaks. "Oh my. So the Straw Hat crew has allied itself with Vegapunk. On paper, that should make for a straightforward escape. But boy, are they in for a surprise if they think it will be easy. We will proceed as planned." He orders, "Get as many warships as possible to Egghead Island," and the chapter ends. In the next chapter, we will see the second clash between Zoro and Kaku, but I will cover it in the next video. To watch the full manga in order, you can check out this playlist below. And yes, this is an AI-generated voice, so there can be flaws. Please subscribe to my channel as it motivates me to keep creating more awesome content. Take care. Bye.